The Earth does not orbit the Sun, and the day-night cycle is dependent on the movement of the Sun and the Moon, not on the rotation of the Earth. The Bible quite clearly teaches geocentrism. Joshua chapter 10. Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou, moon, in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed, until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is this not written in the book of Jasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven, and hasted not to go down about a whole day. And there was no day like that, before it or after it, that the Lord hearkened unto the voice of a man, for the Lord fought for Israel. So the most important thing in this passage is the fact that Joshua commanded the sun and the moon to stay put in certain positions. And it says that it stayed daytime for almost 24 hours. So that means that the Earth is not rotating to give us our day-night cycle, because otherwise this would have been impossible. It also means that the sun and the moon are what is responsible for the day-night cycle. And you'd also have to conclude that since the sun and the moon are what's moving, the sun's probably small and local. And you'd also have to conclude that it's probably also not a burning ball of gas, since it'd probably fry everybody if it was really that close. And anyone who would want to object to this, well, you're going to have to come up with a better explanation for the passage. Because the only thing that you can try and do to claim that heliocentrism is actually true is to just try and reinterpret the passage to mean that the sun standing still for a whole day only means about 12 hours. But then you'd also have to explain, well, why is it that the sun and the moon stood still if the day-night cycle is dependent upon the rotation of the Earth? Then you'd also just have to try and then claim that, well, the sun and the moon actually just have nothing to do with it. Joshua just commanded the Earth to stand still. But, it doesn't say that either. So there's no way you can get around the clear biblical fact that the Earth is geocentric, that the day-night cycle is dependent upon the movement of the sun and the moon, and not upon the rotation of the Earth. You'd also have to conclude from all of this that there is a conspiracy amongst all governments to maintain this lie of heliocentrism. So every government is lying about the very nature of outer space and the Earth itself. Now, personally, I don't even believe in outer space, nor do I believe in the sphere Earth theory, because both of them are completely ridiculous. You can quite clearly see from the Bible that what you're taught about cosmology is just not true.